This video tutorial is designed to help you understand how to run a Quizizz activity in class. In it, you will learn how to give students access to the activity, the different options you can use when running an activity, how to review results, and how to assign an activity as homework. To begin, make sure you're logged into Quizizz, and then go over to My Quizizz. In here, you'll find any quizzes that you've created. You'll want to click on it, open it up, and click Play Live for the first option we're going to look at. So let's go through some of the settings you can change. You can shuffle your questions. You can shuffle the answer options. Be careful with this one in case you put like D, all of the above, or something like that. That can have issues if you shuffle the answer order. You can decide if you want students to see the correct answers after the questions. Right now it's green, so that means they would see it. If I turn this off, it means they won't see the correct answer after they're done with the question. And at the end, students can go back and review all of the questions on their own if this is turned on. For the settings, this allows, if it's on, students can see who the top people are in the class in terms of points. This option, if you turn this off, students only get points for the correct answer, not how quickly they choose the correct answer. So if you want to make sure students slow down and think about it, sometimes it can be good to turn this off so they don't rush too much. One of the funny things about Quizizz is that it uses memes after each question. If you would like a more serious environment for your activity, you can turn those off. And then this option, if you have students on individual devices, sometimes it can be really distracting if everyone's playing the music as they go through, so it can be useful to turn this off and maybe just play music on your own speakers. If you would like, you can also change the different memes that are used during the game. Alright, so once you have your options set how you want, you're going to click Proceed. Now, there are two different ways students can join. The first one is by going to join.quizizz.com and entering in this code. So you'll notice I have a student screen opened up here. When I go to quizizz.com/join, right here is where I'm going to type in that code. When I do that, I'll click Proceed. It'll let me select my name and then I'll go in. For today, because Classroom and Quizizz are now integrated, I want to show you another way that you can start an activity. So if you click on Share on Google Classroom, the first time you do this, you'll need to give it some permissions so that it can go in and do this. But I'm going to select my class. It's already set. I'm going to schedule it to post now and assign it. You'll notice when I go back here, it'll take a second to load. But there's now a link on here for students to click. On the student end, this way they go into Classroom, the activity's there, they click Sign In, they have to select their account, allow it to have some access. The nice thing about doing this is you'll notice it logs me in, and it automatically puts my name in there. Over here, this is now tracking how each student is doing in their Quizizz activity. So at the end, it counts it as an assignment, so it'll say who's actually done and who played, who didn't play, and it will record their scores so that you have that saved in Classroom as an assignment. So I'm going to join the game that way. It'll find my avatar. I'll get started over here, and let's look at how to actually run a game. So I'm going to click Start Game, and it's going to count down. It'll be slightly different because I had to click on this window to activate it. Notice on the student end, there's my timer telling me how many points I might get. I have to answer the question. I'm just going to click on the correct one. It tells me how many points. There's the meme. On the teacher end, here's your dashboard. So it tells you overall how the class is doing, as well as which questions the class has gotten correct, incorrect, and hasn't answered yet. You can also see individual students here. So again, that one took me a little longer, so you noticed I got fewer points there. I'm going to get one wrong so you can see what that looks like. So I got no points. There's my funny meme. You'll notice when you're looking at individual student reports, you can see the green is how much they got correct, the red is how much they have incorrect. So now that everybody is done, there are a few things that we can do. One of the things that we're going to look at is how to review questions. So we're going to click on Review Questions here. And we can go through all the different options so that if you need to talk through a question with students, maybe you want to point some things out, you can do that here. You can export the results or click Play Again. To go back to the Quizizz main site, you're going to want to click Play Again. That'll take you back here to where you can see the quiz. Before I exit, students can review on their own. So you notice the answers are down here. Sometimes it can be helpful to have students review and explain why they thought, maybe why they thought this was an animal cell or where their misconceptions were. So I'm going to exit. And over here, you can assign as homework. So if you don't want the whole class to play at the same time, I'm going to click Homework. You can decide when they have to have the quiz done, and then I'll click Proceed, and then just like playing a live one, I can either give them a game code that they need to use to access, or I can share it on Google Classroom the same way that we just did playing a live session. Before I end, I do want to show you. So this is what it looks like after you've played a Quizizz game. If you go over here, you can see the student's percentage. So it will record it as a percentage for you so you can see what they got on that activity. With that, one last thing I want to show you is how to access reports later. You can go over here to Reports. It shows you a list of all the ones that you have played so that you can go in and see the data after you're done, or you can review it at a later time. With that, you should be all ready to run a Quizizz activity in your classroom.